Hey everyone, this is Kim. I'm coming to you from outside in my backyard today. I just got home. I ran a few errands and, sorry, ran a few errands and took my mother a couple places. Mom and Dad, we all went together. Anyway, my video today is going to be about, I've realized my husband's been out of town and my parents think I don't feed my son since I died. And I do. But so they've had us over for dinner a couple nights, and I box up and bring home what I don't eat and have it the next night or whatever, which is, I just started eating steak again. And so the steak they cooked, I could only do four bites of it, and it made enough meal for me and my son the next night to share, and plus all the extras they cook. But anyway, my video today is about my parents trying to feed me constantly. My daddy grew up very poor. He had to hunt for what he ate. He lived in West Virginia, and he had 3 brothers, and his father had gotten killed. And he appreciates food, I have to say. They had their own garden. I have my own garden. My daddy planted a garden here. I should have radishes ready soon. Sorry, off track. Anyway, he grew up killing what they ate. He and his brothers hunted for what they got to eat, and had their own garden. And my grandmother worked in an apple orchard, so they had their own fruit. But that's how she bought them a car. And I always found that story, I loved it because they had a hard time. But I loved going up there in the hills of the mountains and just being with her, because I only got to see her probably once every 5 years. We would spend a week or two with her, and having 3 boys, and she's got many other granddaughters, and we're all close in age, and we're all close too, even though we live far apart. One of them has moved to Tennessee, and he's in Brentwood, which is about 45 minutes from me, and so they're visiting him now, so I'll get to see more of my cousins. But so anyway, I'm sorry, I keep getting off point. I'm excited about getting to see my cousins. So anyway, let me hold the phone so you can't see my hand. So anyway, they didn't have food. They had a hard time. And so my mother and dad have always cooked. They are magnificent cooks. They should have opened their own restaurant. They're country cooking from the get-go. My grandmother, both of them cooked. My grandmother from West Virginia cooked like the old-timey, where you put the flour and the egg on the countertop and mixed it together. And I was fascinated with that because my parents used a bowl. So watching her cook, and desserts was her specialty, and that's what mine is. Watching her cook whenever I got to go visit her was just fascinating to me, because she would cook these massive dishes because they didn't have anything when those kids was growing up, and she finally got to the point where she could manage to eat, and they did, and they all got overweight and got diabetes. And but my dad has always installed food, and my mom, she has dieted off and on. She's never been just huge. She's probably in the 200 range her life. Well, not early on. She got in there in her 30s. She started getting the 200 range, but she's shorter than me now because she's had back surgery, which is pretty darn short. She's probably 5 feet or a little under. So she's gained some weight because she's a diabetic now. But they're great cooks, and my daddy does the cooking now. And when he has us over, he fixes mashed potatoes, and he fixes macaroni and cheese. And these are homemade dishes now. This isn't stuff you just buy. And he fixes desserts. And he'll call my son, "What do you want?" And whatever my son may suggest he wants. And I'm like, "Are you going to fix a vegetable?" And they'll fix green beans for me. Well, those green beans are so oily. And I don't know if it's because I've been off of food like that, but oh my goodness, they're good. They're country green beans. If you're from the South, you know what I'm talking about. They're country green beans. But you don't feel like you're eating very healthy. And they have rolls, and they're both diabetics. And I try to tell them, I got my size and very, very unhealthy because of diabetes, and it's going to happen to you too, Mom, if we don't help your eating. But my mother's she's 69, so she don't care. She's at a point in her life where she just wants to eat and live and do what she wants to do. So they cook, and they try to feed me constantly. my dad even made gravy. We make white gravy down here, and chocolate gravy. I don't like chocolate gravy, but we make white chocolate. We make white, it's flour and bacon grease gravy with milk. And I have not had that in, I don't know when, years and years. And that was always a specialty my dad cooked when I would come over to eat dinner with them. I lived in a different town for a long time with my job and my husband. And so when I moved back home, their specialty was cook dinner and have us over. So yes, I ate the gravy and I ate the biscuits with it because I like breakfast for dinner, and that was something that he always enjoyed fixing. So anyway, we went to their house to eat the other night. Well, I'm getting at, God, I'm making this long. What I'm getting at is I went to their house to eat, and they know this surgery. Now, my dad laughs at me at Cracker Barrel when I order the little yogurt for children. It's the parfait, and it's like 3 ounces. And I know I'm not messing up my calories, and I'm not getting too many carbohydrates to make my blood sugar go up, and it's just something that I can get really full on, and it energizes me. It's got a little fruit in there, and my daddy laughs. He's like, I can't believe you're over there eating that. And he'll have pancakes. I'm just like, Dad, I said, if you had my surgery, you would understand. I said, you saw me in recovery. Do you not remember what I had done? And they don't comprehend it, or they totally forget. I don't know if it's their age or if they just want to show me love by feeding me, because that seemed to be what we did growing up. And my parents cooked for all the kids, all my aunt's children. They all would come to the house for dinner all the time. And all my friends would come to the house for dinner. And I mean, they just always cooked. So it's never going to change. They're always going to cook that way. And I try to tell them when I come over, yes, I can eat, the pork chop or whatever you're fixing meat-wise. If you grill, that would be great. But if you don't, I'm still going to eat it. And I'm just eating certain foods now. The dog's licking my leg. Stop it, Bella. Gross. So I feel like they're sabotaging me. I do feel like they don't take any concern over the fact that, well, my mother can see my weight loss because she drags me in the dressing room and tries to make me try on clothes she likes, and we have opposite tastes, and I don't like anything she likes, and she likes something I like. So I told her, when you want to buy me something for Christmas, pick out something you would never have on, and that'll be fine for me. So it's a joke at our house about that. But she'll go in the dressing room, we'll try on stuff, she's like, wow, your legs have really went down, and you don't have a butt. And I'm like, no, my butt's completely gone, y'all. It's like sitting on my leg, and it's not even a butt. I don't know what it is. It's like a flap of skin there. My butt bone sticks out. You can see my bones in my butt. You can feel them. It's hard for me to sit in hard surfaces. I tend to lose so much waist down, even though I lost a lot waist up. I can't get a waistline from this, but anyway, I do feel like they're sabotaging the food. It's just their way of cooking, and I don't think they mean any harm by it. But when you go to someone's house, and even if I take a healthy dish, I'm the only one that touches it, unless my niece is there, because she's lost a lot of weight on her own. She'll eat it, and she loves it. She wants the recipe, and she goes home, and she makes it. And so, while I'd talk to her about nutrition, I'm trying to, because my daddy will say, how many calories do you think this has? I'm like, well, Dad, it's really not about your calories, it's about the carbohydrates you take in, and sugar for your blood sugar. And he'll act like he's all interested, and then he'll go in there and cook gravy, and when I fix my plate and I don't get any, he's like, but sis, I made it for you. He's like, I made the gravy for you. I'm like, Daddy, I'm not going to eat that. I said, first of all, it would probably make me sick because I don't eat anything that greasy. I said, I think you made it for yourself, and you just want to use the excuse because Mama won't let you cook it. So my husband does this too. Now, my husband cooks for us at home, and we have changed all of our meal plans to accommodate me, and he's lost 40 pounds from it. My kids lost some weight, but I don't really stay on him, even though I tried to show him healthy habits because he has had heart surgery, and I don't want him to be unhealthy. But you can't control an 18-year-old's food intake. They're going to take what they need. But so I will notice I have not drank Cokes in 10 years. I've always had water. And he will go to the store, and he's like, I'm going to the store, do you want a Coke? I'm like, I can't have Coke. I said, I don't want a Coke. He's like, well, I just thought I'd ask, what kind of candy bar do you want? Like, I don't want a candy bar. I've got, Quest bars if I want a chocolate fix. He's like, well, I thought maybe this one time you want a Reese's. I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah, I want one, but I can't do that at this point in time. I really shouldn't eat one. He brings one back. I'm like, why did you bring me one? So I kind of feel like it's all around me. Is it just regular people eating the way they eat and they just include you? You know, I guess we focus on ourselves as weight loss patients so much that when other people is not on plan with us, you wonder. Because, you know, today my mother's like, I'm going into the store, and I didn't want to go in there, so I stayed in the van. And she comes back out. Do you want a sandwich? I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I don't eat fast food. I didn't eat fast food regardless of this weight gain. I don't like fast food, and our fast foods around here are just gross. And she's like, well, I need a sandwich because I ate breakfast super early. I said, well, go get you a sandwich. She's like, well, I don't want to eat if you can't eat. I'm like, Mom, I'm not going to eat. I said, I'm doing liquids today. Today is my liquid day. I said, I'm drinking water. I said, why don't you go get your sandwich and that'd be fine with me. She's like, well, will you eat a french fry? I'm like, no. I said, I can eat a french fry. I don't want to. And so I don't know. I guess this video's ranting, and I need to stop. I'm going over 11 minutes, and my phone won't record after 10, I think. So anyway, I was just wondering, do you feel like people are hindering your weight loss, or are they just being themselves and kind? I don't know. I think they're being themselves and kind. It just gets on my last nerve. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. Enjoy your view. Go look in the mirror and find something about you love. Bye-bye.